Hello. So, I was just looking on the BBC News website and it was telling me what people will need to know for tomorrow's marches. There's two main ones happening tomorrow. On top of that, you got the FA Cup final as well. Very convenient. The main one of the two main ones are the United Kingdom march, where a bunch of far right thugs are going to join. And this is why I say it's very convenient for the FA Cup because they're going to get football hooligans to join in after the FA Cup to join in on that march. So you're going to have a big influx of people joining in after the game. There's people pretending that they're going down to see the game to be on this march. So it is basically a far right march in that for basically far right people. There's going to be a lot of trouble there. So do be careful. Plan your routes if you are traveling to any of these places. I'm not sure if it says anything in here about where that is, but we'll see anyway. I think it's saying something about Waterloo Place, but yeah, they'll probably just be careful anyway. And the other one is the Palestine March, but I'll read it anyway, and we can digest it a bit and see what it's saying. Two major protests are taking place on Saturday in central London in what the Metropolitan Police say may be one of its busiest days in recent years. Yeah, they're going to be stretched across London, but they are bringing police forces from other areas around the UK to London so they can manage it all. The annual pro-Palestine Nekba Day. That's the other march as well as the pro-Palestine marches. I'm a supporter of freeing Palestine. I think Israel have absolutely they have no right to do what they're doing whatsoever. No right. It's disgusting what they're doing. The annual Palestine Nakba Day march will travel to a rally at Waterloo Place, while a separate United Kingdom march organised by Stephen Yaxley Lennon, better known as Tell Me 10 Names, Tippy Tommy, will gather at Parliament Square. Yeah, so avoid Parliament Square at all costs. Public Order Act conditions are being imposed on both marches, and live facial recognition will be used as part of a protest policing operation for the first time. So, if you're going down there and you're planning to wear a mask, you're going to be told to remove it. The operation is expected to cost around 4.5 million. The was that coincide yeah, it coincides with the FA Cup final at Wembley and a terrorism threat level that remains at severe. How is the Met Police in the event? Approximately 4,000 officers will be deployed, including 660 from other forces across England and Wales, with specialist traffic units, mounted officers, dogs, helicopters, drones, detectives, and specialist armoured vehicles available as a high level contingency. It is the first time live facial recognition will be used as part of a protest policing operation deployed in Camden, in an area likely to be used by those attending the United Kingdom right-wing rally. Dispersal orders are in place, plus Section 60 and Section 60AA powers covering search and removal of face coverings. I just said that. For the first time, conditions have been imposed on speakers themselves, making organisers responsible if inviting speakers cross into unlawful extremism or hate speech. It's right wing, of course they are. Deputy Assistant Commissioner James Herman put the cost at around 4.5 million, including opportunity costs with about 1.7 of that spent, bringing in officers from other forces. Pro-Palestine March, let's look at that now. Oh, Yeah, so Nakba March, which is Arabic for catastrophe, refers to the mass displacement of Palestinians in 1948 around the founding of Israel, and this year marks its 78th anniversary. So it was 78 years ago that that happened. It will form up Exhibition Road in Kensington, and then go via Cromwell Gardens, sorry, Brompton Road, Knightsbridge, Piccadilly, ending at Pall Mall. The rally will then take place at Waterloo Place. Speeches and music must conclude by 5 p.m. and the assembly must end by 5:30. There's a picture of the dogs and that, and the last time I think when they had the United Kingdom right wing march. So the United Kingdom protests. The United Kingdom right wing march is the second rally of its kind, organised by anti-Islam activist Tommy Tippy Ten Names Robinson, who says it is a demonstration for national unity, free speech, and Christian values. I don't hold Tommy Tippy Ten Names Robinson as a Christian. He has free speech all he wants anyway. He can say what he wants. He does anyway. For him to say we don't have free speech is bullshit, because he's quite clearly demonstrating that. But yeah, anyway, it will start at Kingsway and proceed to Aldwych Strand, Trafalgar Square, Whitehall, ending at Parliament Square. The speeches and music are to conclude by 5:30, and the assembly must end at 6 o'clock. So I get what they've done there. They want one to end, say like a half hour or an hour earlier than what the other one is, so that people ain't moving into each other, and there's going to be like they ain't going to start like colliding and yeah, fighting and stuff. Because the pro-Palestine march is going to be peaceful, whereas the United Kingdom right-wing march, that's not going to be so peaceful. And I know that for a fact. You could use whoever's coming on my channel and commenting on my stuff saying, "Oh, you lefties this, you lefty that." Well, it's facts. You're getting a bunch of thugs and football hooligans to join in on your march. What do you think's going to happen? There's going to be alcohol and drugs. What do you think's going to happen? There'll be there will be, oh hang on, let me move up a bit. There will be two parallel corridors running east-west through central London of most of the afternoon, with Trafalgar Square, Whitehall, Parliament Square sitting between them and the two endpoints where speeches are planned. The Met Police has been explicit about keeping the two crowds apart. So hard cordons and rolling closure around Pall Mall, Haymarket, Lower Regent Street, Trafalgar Square approaches, and the bridges feeding Whitehall are to be expected. And now let's move on to the football fans. This is where it gets even better. Well, not if you're left. Well, the football fans in Wembley for FA Cup final. The FA Cup final is at Wembley the same day, bringing tens of thousands of fans across London. So you're going to have a bunch of fans for Manchester City travelling from Manchester to London. Chelsea fans are already living in London anyway, and let's be real, most of the Chelsea fans are thugs and hooligans anyway. So, this says it all. FA Cup final at Wembley the same day, bringing in blah blah blah. The Met has flagged the history of football hooligan groups supporting Yahtzee Lennon's cause, and has noted there are no other professional men's games in England that day. In a briefing on Wednesday, Harman said that this may increase the likelihood of those groups travelling into London to join the rally. 100% they are. This is why they chose that day, because they knew that these tens of thousands of people, how many people can fit into Wembley? How many can fit into Wembley? Let's have a look. How big is Wembley Stadium? Let's have a look. How many people can fit in Wembley? 90,000. So they're going to have 90,000 people. If it fills up to 90,000, they're going to have 90,000 people joining that rally potentially. Not all of them will, naturally. Not all of them will. But I reckon a majority will. Majority of them will do. And half of them, which will be Chelsea fans, already live in London. So it's not really far for them to go. It's a train ride, you know. A bus or whatever, a taxi. So it's not hard. You know, Manchester fans, the majority of them, I reckon, might go back home. You know, because the last thing they probably want to do is be stuck in London for the night or whatever. You know, so we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. But it's not looking good. It's unfortunate for the pro-Palestine marches, but it is what it is. We'll see. I know for a fact, and you know what, I'm going to make a video of it tomorrow. I know for a fact there's going to be fights, and I know for a fact I'm going to be telling you, I told you so. So we'll wait and see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and till next time.